Hey y'all, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you are new here or you've stumbled upon my page, I hope that you'll check me out and then consider hitting that page. It's channel. I've been saying page this whole time and no one has bothered to tell me that. It's channel, okay? If you've stumbled upon my channel, I hope that you'll check me out and then consider hitting that subscribe button. While you're down there, go ahead and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date every single time I drop a new video. Now, I can't make any guarantees that YouTube is going to notify you because the way that this app has been acting lately, it's up in the air. But just go ahead and hit the notification button anyways, and let's just hope and pray for the best, okay? All right, you guys, so I know, don't nobody care about no winter scents at this point in time. Everybody is ready and preparing and gung-ho about the spring and summer season, okay? And so we want to get into our lighter, brighter, more airy, happier, uplifting scents. I feel you on that because I'm ready too. But because your girl was on a bit of a sabbatical, okay, I haven't had a chance to share with you my winter players, okay? So these scents today, I'm not even going to hold you long, but these scents were like my winter stunners or my winter standout fragrances. Now they either garnered me some type of compliment or they were conversation starters. Whatever it was talked about, and so I want to quickly share them with you, okay? So this first one, I'm in a bit of a situationship with, y'all. It's a first for me with the fragrance, but it is what it is, okay? So the first fragrance is Ombre Magic, and I have it here in a decant. Now, this is not just any old decant. This is actually my second decant. I know, like going into a fragrance, I don't do this. Like I typically will sample if I'm intrigued or if I like it, then I'm either going to pursue the full bottle or pass. Now, when I first got my nose on this, it was a like. I was intrigued, but I didn't know if I liked it enough to buy a full bottle yet. So I went online, of course, to Max Aroma, and I saw that they had the full-size bottle, but it wasn't available. They had a decant available, so I said, you know what? I liked it enough when I sampled it. Let me go ahead and get the decant. Got the decant, wore it, turned into a love, okay? I'm in love with this fragrance at this point in time, okay? So ran through this one less than a month, y'all. Ran through it less than a month. And once I got done with this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just buy a full-size bottle. But every time I go back online, the full-size bottle is not available. It's just the decant. And I'm being kind of frugal or cheap, whatever you want to call it. I just do not want to pay full price for this when I know that I can get the bottle on sale. So that's really what I'm waiting for. I am waiting for a sale. So because I was craving it, I grabbed another one. So I am really mining my wares with this one because I don't want to run through this one as quickly as I did with the first one, and my hands are like oily, so I can't get the atomizer out of this container. But just know that I'm working on my second one and I'm in love with this fragrance. So what this gives me in the opening, y'all, this is so pretty. It's kind of airy, it's kind of bright. So it has like mandarin orange and orange blossom on top. And the orange blossom is really the main floral note that I get from here, but it's not overly floral in my opinion. I want to say there is a note of rose in here as well, but I wouldn't consider this a rosy type of scent like at all. The rose is really just a supporting note for this concoction. And to be quite frank, y'all, I feel like a lot of fragrances that we come across have rose in it as a necessary note to kind of make the formula do what it needs to do and give what it needs to give. Because I know a lot of us don't really care for rose like that. I'm a newbie to the rose world, so I'm okay with rose, but I know a lot of people still detest rose because it's associated with being mature or grandma-ish. But I said all that to say there's a note of rose in here, I believe, but this doesn't give me rosy vibes like at all. Like I mainly get the orange blossom. There's also some cardamom in here. There's ambergris, there's bourbon vanilla, y'all. This is a beautiful scent. This is perfect for this time of year. And honestly, when I get my full-size bottle, because I will get a full-size bottle on sale, I am gonna try to stretch and see how it plays in the warmer months, because I am in love with this scent. Like I said, when I first got my nose on it from a little sample, it was cool. It was intriguing enough for me to go ahead and get my first decant, but blew through this quick, fast, and in a hurry, and now I'm working on my second one. But this is perfect for the fall and winter season, and I definitely have been getting my wares. So I took my car to go get serviced. I drove in, and you know, they greet you once you drive in. And so they ask for your keys, get your information and whatnot. And so the service guy, he was like, ma'am, your car smells amazing. Whatever you are wearing smells so good. I was wearing this. So Ombre Magic, which I think translates to Amber Magic or Magic Amber. This is definitely something magical. And I need a full-size bottle, but I need it on sale. All right, so this next one is relatively new to my collection, about a few weeks old, but I am not 100% sure that it's going to stay in my collection. Not because the scent is not good, because it's absolutely beautiful, y'all, but because I feel like it may be redundant, if you will. So this is Amber Room from To Me. So y'all, I have been on a bit of a sampling journey, and I am quite proud of myself, y'all, because I have been trying to do my due diligence with getting my nose on fragrances before attempting to buy. I definitely want to be mindful of just blind buying this year, just gung-ho blind buying. I want to try to at least get samples if I can and see if I'm at least intrigued, okay? So when I sampled this, I was like, oh wow, this is beautiful. It kind of reminds me of something, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Went ahead and bought it, okay? Went ahead and bought it. So got it in, I kind of just let it sit, like I wasn't really gravitating towards it. And then I decided to, you know what, let me give this a fair share and wear it out. So wore this out on a trip to Target, went to Target, then went to Marshall's, and then went to Home Goods. They're all on the same shopping strip. When I tell you that I could just hear myself smelling good, it's a thing. I could hear myself smelling good. Like, that's how vibrant the sillage of this scent is. So this to me is a spicy, ambery scent. And spicy in the sense of like, just a blend of kitchen spices. That's really what I get. So there's a bit of airiness in this one as well, but it's definitely more of an ambery vibe than that of Ombre Magic. I don't know, it's got some rose. There's a little bit of brightness too. But the fragrance in my collection that this reminds me of is Spice Blend from Dior. Now, like I said, once I got this in, sniffed the bottle, I sprayed it, of course, sniffed the bottle, but I let it sit. Like I didn't wear it immediately. So I decided to test this out on just an errand run. And when I was smelling myself, as I was walking from Target to Marshall's, when I came out of Marshall's, I was like, this smells like something that I had. And the reason why I couldn't put my finger on it immediately is because I have a deluxe sample of Spice Blend. I don't have the full size bottle. So when I leave out of Marshall's, I go into Home Goods. I am wrecking my brain, y'all. So I'm doing my thing and I'm looking around, just my normal just track around the store, okay? So once I leave Home Goods, I take my butt home and I go into my collection and I just start sniffing everything in my collection to make sure that I'm not tripping. So when I pinpoint Spice Blend, I was like, okay, on the opening, to me, it's almost, not 100%, but almost identical. But Spice Blend has more of a boozy aspect where this does not have that booziness that Spice Blend does. So if you take away the boozy aspect from Spice Blend, the opening of that is what you'll get here. But as this starts to dry down, it kind of ventures away a little bit from Spice Blend and it gets into a more of that really pretty translucent type of ambery scent. Y'all, this also smells like Ombre Nuit from Dior, okay? So if you layer Spice Blend with Ombre Nuit, minus the booziness from Spice Blend, y'all, I feel like those two fragrances together is what will give you this. This also kind of gave me a vibe of Rehab from Initio. The spices in Rehab is very familiar in what this is. So again, I have fragrances in my collection that really kind of vibe off of each other. So because of that, I'm kind of torn on whether or not it's necessary for me to have this. But so outside of testing this, I did have an opportunity to wear this out. So a girlfriend and I, we went to dinner, and then after dinner we decided to hang out a little bit. So we went to a lounge and we just, you know, caught a vibe and we caught up. We chilled, okay? We were having a good time, a good old time, matter of fact. So as we're enjoying each other's company, I see someone that I hadn't seen in like 7 or 8 years, okay? So he comes up to me, and when I tell you he's all up in my bubble, he is all up in my zone, okay? And so much so, he's like in my neck. He's in my neck. And you know, I'm back up, just a little bit back up, but he keeps gravitating towards my neck. So he didn't explicitly say, "You smell good," but he could not get his face off of this region. So I'm just gonna assume he couldn't get enough of Amber Room. So this is a beautiful scent, y'all. Nonetheless, it's a beautiful scent, but it does remind me of some scents that I already own. So I'm still torn about this one. It's beautiful, but I just don't know if it makes sense for me to keep it. But all right, so this next one is definitely a favorite in my collection. And this is L'Entre de Rouge from Givenchy. The best one out of all of the ranges. Like the rest of them, you can just kind of toss those in the trash can, because this is the only one that you need to get, y'all. This is my Jessica Rabbit of my collection. This is my Tuberose Beauty, y'all. This is a winter stunner for real, for real. I've talked about her so much, but she is a gem to have. A beautifully done tuberose with some ginger. It's got some blood orange. This is gorgeous. It's a little green too. I do get some greenness from here, but this tuberose is creamy, it's sexy, it's a little bit seductive, and I absolutely love this. Y'all, honestly, I don't think I've never not gotten a compliment when wearing this fragrance outside. I've worn this a few times in the house because I wanted to catch a vibe, just feeling myself in the house. But I feel like every time that I've worn this out, someone has noticed and complimented me on it. So I don't have a specific story to tell you right now, but I just feel like every single time that I've worn this out, it garners compliments, and rightfully so. This is a stunner, y'all. So if you haven't tried out any of them, first of all, where have you been? Are you living under a rock? Second of all, don't even waste your time going to the original or the Intense. Just go straight to the Rouge. Jessica Rabbit, okay? Just go straight to her, because she's the one. All right, so this next one is a beauty, and this is a Saffron Tobacco Beauty, and this is Triumph of Bacchus from Argos. Now, I just recently spoke about this fragrance. Y'all, I am in love with this scent. But I recently spoke about this fragrance, so if you did not catch this video, I will have it up above so you can check that out. So I won't go into too much detail about this because I just recently talked about this, but y'all, this is a gorgeous tobacco saffron. It's got a bit of a green apple noted here. Gorgeous winter scent. And I feel like I fall more and more in love with this every single time that I wear this. So the most recent compliment that I got on this was from my neighbor, and I told this story in one of my comments from that video that I did. But so I was out to go get my trash bin off from the curb, and as I'm walking out of my garage, so is my next door neighbor, and she and I were super cool, okay? So we chatted up every now and then. So we're both leaving out of the garage at the same time to go grab our trash bins from the curb. So as we're pulling trash bins back up, and she's very blunt, y'all. No filter, and I love that about her. But as we're pulling it back on, she was like, "Girl, what the hell you got on smelling so good like that?" And so I told her, and she doesn't really know a whole lot about fragrances, and she doesn't really know that I'm into it like how I am. But I told her what it was, and she was like, girl, you smell so good. And so we're talking about this, and then we're talking about some fragrances that she likes to wear. She doesn't have a huge stash. She has done, you know, white diamonds in the past, and I think she said that she was wearing something from Guerlain. So as we're talking, we start talking about other stuff. And so once I go back in the house, I decided to make her just a small decant. It was about a 2 ml decant, not a huge sample, because I just wanted her to, you know, get a feel for it and see if she liked it or not. Y'all, when I tell you, she texted me the next day, she was like, girl, I did not like it on me. She said the way it smelled on me was not what I smelled when I saw you yesterday. Did you give me the right fragrance? And I said, Rita, Miss Rita is her name. Miss Rita, yes, I did. It's the same thing. She was like, it doesn't smell good on me. So that just goes to show y'all that what works for me may not work for you and vice versa. So that is why with any of the reviews that you watch or hear about, you got to take it with a grain of salt at the end of the day, because what works on me may not work for you. And for her, my neighbor, she did not enjoy this on her, but she could not get over how good I smelled. When we were talking outside, she complimented me at least 3 times in the midst of our conversation. So that is why I just went ahead and made her a small decant so that she could try it out for herself. But ultimately it did not work for her, and that is okay, y'all. So Triumph of Bacchus for me is a stunner. It still is a stunner, but for my neighbor, not so much. But nevertheless, I still think that this is one that is definitely worth getting your nose on and trying out for yourself. All right, so this next beauty in my collection is one that I cannot get enough of, and I absolutely love it for the winter, okay? It's material from Amouage, y'all. This is a gorgeous ambery vanilla. So y'all can tell that I love amber, but amber is done, or it can be done in so many different ways. So the amber in here to me is more of that thicker, more resinous type of amber versus the amber that I mentioned in Ombre Magic and the amber that's in Amber Room. Those two are more, they err on the translucent side, whereas this is like your more of a heavier hitter type of amber. But it also has that vanilla that just gives it an engulfing, enveloping feel. It's got a lot going on in here. It's got patchouli, it's got gaiac wood, it's got tonka bean, it's got benzoin, it's got elemi. It's got everything that is perfect for the winter time. And when I say that when you get this on your skin, it's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, this one, I don't really know if this one really counts, but I got commented at the gas station. I really think the guy was just trying to hit on me, but he was definitely leading with, oh, you smell good. I smell you from all the way over here. Sir, you're on the other side of the pump. You're not that far. I'm sure you could smell me. That's the example that I have to give. I don't really know if I want to count it, but that's the latest that I can say that I got while wearing this out. But overall, I know that for me, when it comes to Amouage, this is one of the better players, more of the more wearable players when it comes to their offerings, because it is a challenging house overall, which I think is what makes the house special. But material, y'all have got to try this one. It's absolutely beautiful. It's vanilla. It made my top list of vanillas, and rightfully so, y'all. Love this for the winter time. All right, y'all, so this last one is not gonna be for everybody. Let me just get that out the way now. This is not gonna be for everybody, but when I say that this is a winter stunner, in my opinion, it's definitely a winter stunner. And this is Oud Isfahan from Dior. Y'all, when I tell you that this is a scent that skanks so good, this skanks so damn good. I don't even know what it is, because the oud in here for a lot of people can be very off-putting. But there is something, there's like an addictive quality behind the skankiness of this fragrance. And I say skanky because it's that oud and rose combination that most people can't get with. So this has a very prominent oud note. It's got some Turkish rose and Bulgarian rose. I want to say it has some sandalwood in here, but it's not creamy at all. This is very sharp. This is very potent. This is very strong, but perfect for the winter time. But baby, when I tell you, when I sniff this, this gives me executive vibes. This gives me everybody sitting at the table has guap vibes, okay? This gives me almost ego-driven vibes. Like, just imagine a table full of successful, wealthy men, and they're all trying to out-skank each other in the best way possible. They're all trying to out-skank each other, and so their ego is at a level 10, and they're wearing this fragrance to pair with it. Because at the end of the day, you know that you're the SHIT, okay? So overall, this is not gonna be for everybody, but for those of you who can appreciate an intense and beautiful oud paired with that Bulgarian and Turkish rose, this is your play right here. This is elevation, luxuriousness in a bottle. And when I say you do not need a lot of this, you don't. Couple sprays and you're done for the entire day. This is one that you have to commit to, because once you spray it on, it's on. It's not going anywhere. All right, y'all, so those were my winter players or my winter stunners, and they did not disappoint. Let me know in the comments down below, what fragrance did it for you this season? Like, what fragrance did you have that just took it up a notch and had you popping your collars just a little bit? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing as well as hitting that notification bell. So until the next time, you guys, I will definitely catch you in the comments, but I'll catch you on the next one.